Starting my speech in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, the problem right now in status quo, wherein people pay 50-50, is that emotions get in the way, logic, mathematics, and reason are thrown out the door, and people always believe in their capacity to win. We recognize everything that opening talks about, that there are diverse realities, and these diverse realities are exactly what motivate our side of the house to tell you that we have to fix a broken justice system. We on Closing Government believe that no case is too petty or too small that our opening talks about, nor is any case too difficult to win. Lady Justice is blind for a purpose, and the scales of justice, though balanced theoretically, in execution are tilted to the very arbitrary outcomes that opening talked about, which include but are not limited to A. Economic capacity. You can be rich or you can be poor, and that affects your capacity to be able to have a trial. B. The fairness of the law for the counterparty. Because your counterparty lawyer might be a dick and an asshole, they might bribe lawyers. That's not something within your locus of control. C. The degree of network and connectiveness that is important to be able to be connected with Supreme Court judges or anyone who knows these nuances who can help you, which take into account the reality of the law. And number 4, just fucking raw skill and talent, just like in debate. There are some lawyers who are good, some lawyers who are less good, majority of them of which are mid. And we tell you that these framing, I tell you, basically make opening debate irrelevant because everything they say is a deadlock. Opening government says, when you have this rule of law, the loser then is able to have less spam and be able to take things more seriously. But the other side is like, no, bro, we're running the same case because we want people to have skin in the game. And we tell you, it doesn't fucking matter, bro, because of the things I mentioned in my pre-oration. These realities that affect the outcome of the law, we don't know, right? You can be a worse lawyer, it's not your fault, you're doing your best, the other guy's just beast mode. But what this debate is specifically about, and this is the heart of our extension, is exactly about the levers of things which we can control. And we tell you that this debate is not about the input of what you give, which opening talks about, but about the process of the criminal justice system, specifically with how due process is affected, wherein under the English rule, the losing party has more to lose as opposed to the comparative of status quo, which is pretty much 50-50, bahala na what happens. We think arbitration under the English rule, regardless of input, allows judges, jurors, and lawyers the capacity to have more at stake and take things more seriously. Why is that the case? Because we have to look at the range of outcomes which I was talking about in my POI. Let's look at scenario number 1. Scenario number 1 is you have a good chance of winning. If you have a decent lawyer and things revert to the average of just actually having a chance to win, then you can fight the good fight because you're able to compute the lawyer fees. That is to say, kaya kita bayaran, kung manalo tayo, they're gonna pay for you, all good. Not only are they gonna pay for the lawyer fee, but I'm going to get some sort of compensation, either out of direct reparation, which is what happens in the legal system, or if the other side is pressured to be able to settle and pay you an amount of money. If there is that pressure that the loser has to be able to pay more and you are winning, you're likely to push on the good fight, and those people who might be losing, if you have a stronger case, are gonna settle. Scenario number 2, what happens if it's mid? Meaning the average range of outcomes, 50-50, we don't know, baka tayo manalo, baka matalo. Then what happens here is you're best able to exercise true choice and agency. Why? Because it pushes you and your lawyer to not look at things in an emotionally charged state, but be able to look at the math. Kaya ba makopayaran? Kung matalo tayo, kaya mababayaran sa kanila? So you're able to have that discussion, and that uniquely allows you to determine what is most important to you. If you value the trial and justice more than financial stability, you fight the fight. If you value financial stability more than justice kasi having something to eat and feed your family is more important, then you're likely going to settle. The nuance to having more to lose is that it puts pressure and stress on people making a decision when it's mid. Here's the best part, the third outcome. If you're going to lose because the other side is as malevolent as opposition side tries to say, then that's exactly the point in which you become likely to have to settle. The comparative against status quo is that people, when it's 50-50, sige, laban lang, hustisya para mga magsasaka. You're fucking emotionally charged by the very thing that you care about, and that in and of itself puts blinders on you that inhibits your capacity to make a rational decision. The other side is already cheating. The other side has irrefutable evidence. The reputation of the other side is that they're prone to be able to drag this on and on and on. That is the point in which you make an emotional decision wherein it's 50-50, as opposed to when you have more to lose, you're able to understand, I'll cut my losses and settle. The heart of our extension is about risk and reward, and this comes upstream and a priori to the arbitrary inputs that both OG and OO talked about. Because they're talking about how, some people might be more game to fight, other people might be less game to fight because of the goal of being able to not spam the system. Very simple observation. The observation here is that all these cases are valid, and do we think on our side, when there is more to be able to lose, this becomes an incentive structure for people to take it more seriously, and even jurors, judges, and lawyers more to be able to understand, because they can't make decisions willy-nilly, and these things are disproportionately gonna affect the other side. So, for these reasons that individuals and the legal system is able to take it more seriously, and this comes upstream of the inputs we get from opening, we on closing are very proud to forward our case. Thank you.